What's going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel. So, not something I do often or all the time, but based on my scent of the day that I'm planning on wearing tomorrow, I had this video tag idea that I'd like to start. We'll spread it around at the end of the video. We'll tag some people to get their takes on it, but I feel like it's an interesting topic. So, fragrances that I had high hopes for that underwhelmed when I ended up getting them. So, I've got four of them. We're going to make it that simple. It's just going to be four fragrances. And I want to talk to you about them. Some underwhelmed more than others, but I had high hopes for all of these. Stay tuned. Starting with one that I'm still surprised how much it underwhelms me. I'm going to spend more time with it. I've only done one full wearing so far and a few test sprays, and I'm just not digging it, to be honest with you. It's a Ganymede clone from Paris Corner's Emir line called Celestial. I know there's a lot of big fans of this one. I don't know, it's just something about it. I just have not been digging it. It just smells like cheap ass Ganymede is how you can look at it. And look, this may be great for some. I don't know, it's just something about it with that scent profile. And it's got this very metallic, slightly milky at the same time, and woody tone. Odd spice. It's just, I don't know, it's just something about it. Like, it's fine at first, but this is so strong that after 2-3 hours of wearing this fragrance, I'm kind of sick of wearing it. And it's hard to get motivated to continue wearing it to do a full review, because I got to tell you guys, I will do a full review at some point. I got to spend more time with it. It's just I haven't given it a strong enough chance yet, but it's very underwhelming for me at this point. It's not going to be a favorable review, which is what I'm talking about it right now for, and that's why I want to start the video, because I had really high hopes for this because it's a great affordable line. Paris Corner hasn't done me wrong until this point, but I think it's the scent profile, and then it's the cheaper oils and everything. So you mix an already odd, very polarizing fragrance scent profile with a much cheaper quality and when it's a clone of, and you leave room to be underwhelmed. And for me, that's Emir Celestial. Next, I just picked up from Burlington recently in a rack store video, and the opening is actually very nice. It's much more fruity than this is the original. The flanker to this is much better. We're talking about F by Ferragamo. So F Black is superior in just about every way. The opening is better because of the added fruitiness from this apple. But when this thing dries down, you want to talk about bland. Very bland. A bunch of nothing special going on. Where F Black totally outshines it. I would say, yeah, that opening's nice. I would say run with F Black. F Free Time. Fresh, citrus, woody vetiver. Much better than this one. This is actually the worst one in the line, and it's not terrible. It's not a terrible fragrance, but I had high hopes because I have the other two already. The reason I got this is, why not? Let's complete the line. And I love Ferragamo. They usually don't disappoint me, whereas this was a little disappointing. Not, like I said, not a terrible fragrance, but on the weaker side, which I don't always judge based off of performance. Anyways, I'm all about the experience. How does it smell? What's the wearing experience like? Underwhelming. It's underwhelming, guys. I've given it a wearing so far. I've done a few test sprays, and nothing special going on here. You could do a lot worse, don't get me wrong, but if you're looking for performance, lackluster. You don't look here. If you're looking for a great opening, sure, it's got you covered. It's a very nice, peppery apple type of opening, but as it dries, just bland, plain, soft, woody, almost leather type feel. And I mean very, very soft, very, very light. F Black blows it out the water. So, again, I had high hopes because I really like the other two, but this one underwhelmed me, the original, F by Ferragamo. You know, for years, I added this in and out of my cart on Fragrance Net's website for years. It's been a cheapie for a long time. Finally ran across it at a rack store. And again, none of these fragrances are terrible, but they're underwhelming for what I thought they would be like. And that goes for Joop Jump. You know, I never wear it. I never wear it since that first impressions. That's the thing. Once something underwhelms me, I never want to reach for it to really give it a chance again. Sometimes it takes a really long time for that. It's a little herbaceous, it's woody, there's some citrus and fruits, and I mean, it's not terrible. It's a little powdery, but you know, all the other Joop flankers I've tried are so much better than this, like Joop Homme Ice, for example. Blows the doors off of this thing if it was a freaking car race, for God's sakes. It's very underwhelming. And I know there are some fans of this fragrance, and I'm not knocking anyone that likes any of these fragrances. This is my opinion and my experience, and everybody's is different, and this is just, it's a pass. If I had to go back, it was like 20 bucks. maybe even less, I would have just saved my money and bought something else. Because that's the thing when you roll the dice and you blind buy these cheap fragrances at these rack stores like I do. I do that for the thrill of it, but they're not they're not always a hit, you know. And this is a prime example of it where I had high hopes for it because I really thought I would like it based on the note breakdown, but it's kind of on the blander, more basic, generic, lightly powdery side. It's a soft, woody, powdery fragrance, basically, is kind of what it turns into, a little soapy. I don't really get a lot of the nuance that you may expect when you see the note breakdown. It looks like it's going to be quite enjoyable, and for some people it is, but for me, I had high hopes, but it definitely underwhelmed me. You jump. This last one, I have a feeling it's really going to grow on me. This is the fragrance I'm wearing the day this video goes live that I haven't even done a full wearing yet. It's just been a test spray so far. I really, really, really thought I was going to just love this. The definitive version of the DNA. This is the one. We're talking about Eros Parfum from Versace. Now, like I said, I stand to be corrected with this one because I have a feeling through a full wearing experience, my opinion will change to where I start to like it more. I don't hate it. It's just not as smooth, rich, and warm as I thought it would be. Like the Eau de Parfum, I find upon first impression of this, obviously, because I did a first impressions video like 2 days ago on this. I found the Eau de Parfum to be better overall. This is actually a little bit more chemically synthetic in the opening, but it does start to smooth out, and it does start to get a lot better. The apple and amber kind of take over this fragrance. It's true to the DNA, but it doesn't seem to be the definitive version that I thought it would be. Again, I'm going to wear it tomorrow, which is the day this video goes live. And I will do a full review in the near future. This one is actually my favorite of the 4 in this video, even though it was underwhelming. I just really, really, really had high hopes for this one because I love the EDP. The Eau de Parfum is fantastic. And where I stand right now in this moment at the recording of it, buy the Eau de Parfum if you're looking for a version of Eros. But in the future, it could be me looking back saying, boy, I was wrong. Just goes to show how some things just have to grow on you and you have to give them some time. Because I've had a lot of fragrances that have done that for me. And I have a feeling Eros Parfum is going to be one of those that falls into it. But you never know. It might continue to underwhelm. And it might just end up being something I don't reach for. Probably a surprising one that I'll probably put in the thumbnail. Versace Eros Parfum. Easy enough, right? So I'm not going to just leave it as an open tag. Obviously, any content creators that see this and you feel like it's something you want to do, go ahead, you are tagged. But we got to get this thing moving. This is a tag I'm starting. So I want to tag Scott Aromatico. I want to tag a traditional live streamer, because this will be a funny one. Joey Cannoli Raw. I want to see what Joey says. I know one of them for sure that underwhelmed him, but I'm not going to say. That's for him to make the video. I'm going to tag Juan, Fat Boy Fragrance Reviews. I'm tagging Unaveraged Joe. I'm tagging Matt, Georgia Gent. I'm going to tag Justin. I'm going to have to message him to make sure he sees this. Honest Fragrance Reviews is tagged as well. I think that's enough. Oh, and Chad from A Gentleman's Journey. I want to tag Chad as well. So that's enough people. I'm going to tag everybody below so they're alerted. I'll message everybody, let them know I'm tagging them. Because I think this would be a fun one for everybody to start. Obviously, nobody's obligated. Just, guys, just because I tagged you, you don't have to do it if you don't want to. I totally get that. Sometimes I don't feel like doing tags when I get tagged. I totally get it. But, again, any content creator that sees this and you feel like it's something you'd like to do and you want to help spread it around, by all means, go for it. You are tagged. And until next time, do me a real quick favor. Go ahead and like, comment, subscribe, because I do appreciate all the feedback. And I love hearing from you guys. What's some fragrances that you were just so excited to get? You blind bought them, and when you got them, you were like, that's it? Not that you hated them. I mean, you might have ended up hating them. I don't hate any of these, but the closest thing that could potentially get hate is Celestial. It's looking like it's going to go that route where I'm not going to like it. Might even get rid of it at some point. I'm going to give it a few more chances, though. But what are some of those for you? Let me know down below. And until next time, I will say, if you get your hands on any of these 4 and you give them a spray now, don't blame me if you don't like them, because, I mean, they underwhelmed me. So have a good one, guys.